lying on your back if you prefer. You can sit upright, any position that allows your spine to be straight. And just take a few breaths through both nostrils. Notice if you need to blow your nose. And see if you can find a softness around the lower ribs, the abdomen, so your in-breath can become slower. And there's more room for it as you expand. And track the exhale until it's gone. Empty out the old, make room for the new. Alternate nostril pranayam. Do the basic Nadi Shodhana. You can use your hand or you can do this without hands. Just imagine blocking off one nostril, breathing in through one nostril, out the other. If you're very stuffy, that's a good way to do it so you don't actually run out of breath. If you're using your hands, fold down. Classically, we fold down the index and middle finger. Some people like to fold down the ring finger too. That's comfortable. That's fine. We'll start by sealing off the right nostril with thumb. Exhale out the left to empty out. And the breath begins in through the left side. Close left side. Exhale right side. In right. Switch out left. Completes the first round. Start in again through left. Switch out right. In right. Out left. Keep going. Nice slow but steady pace. Switching for the exhales. When you notice that your attention has wandered, notice that. That's probably the most crucial point of this practice, noticing that you wandered and choosing to come back. Every time you notice that you've wandered, it's another golden opportunity to start again, to come back. Keep going for a few more moments. When your mind wanders and you choose to come back, just notice if there's any story around that. Do you reprimand yourself for wandering? Do you reprimand yourself for reprimanding yourself? So you can back off and let that go. Just come back to the breath. Or maybe you're feeling pretty steady today. You could do this all day. Well, notice if you're overly satisfied with yourself over that. And just let that be. Come back to the breath. All right, next time you breathe out the left side, let go of the exercise. Just take some natural breaths and notice how you feel. Notice what you notice. And we'll come to a tabletop to do our Uddiyana in cat-cow. Uddiyana is another breath exercise using the bandha. So if you prefer not to be on your hands or knees, you can do the same thing lying down. You can do it sitting upright. If you're sitting, you'll simply soften the belly on the exhale and come back to straight spine while you're holding breath out for the bandha. Same thing if you're lying on your back, your knees bent, your palms on your thighs in a back traction. You'll soften the belly on exhale and fly it up into your rib cage while you hold the breath out. The cat-cow rhythm, I'll talk it through once and then I'll demonstrate it since I can't talk and do the breath work at the same time. Some of you already know it. You can just go ahead and go on your own rhythm. We'll take a big bit inhale into cow tilt. Empty out, cat stretch. Pull the belly up to squeeze it out, and then hold the breath out, tuck the chin in, come to a neutral spine. The abdominals be drawn up into the vacuum of the lung space, inducing Uddiyana. If you know Uddiyana, you can flare the ribs and pull the diaphragm up some more. And it looks kind of like this. Holding the breath out for up to 8 seconds. No straining. So up to 5 rounds like that, but we'll aim for 3. If you haven't started already, take a big breath into cow tilt, expand belly and ribs with breath, and then blow it out, cat stretch. Pull the belly in to squeeze the air out, hold the breath out, tuck your chin. Keep the chin tucked so you don't feel like you're going to gag as everything gets drawn up into the rib cage, straight spine. And again, you can flare the ribs and draw the abdominals up some more. When it's time to breathe, relax belly. Inhale, cow tilt. Strong exhale, cat stretch. Hold the breath out. Keep the chin tucked as you retable your spine, flying the diaphragm up, scooping your abdominal organs up the inside of your spine. And then one more round. Release to breathe in. Strong exhale. Hold it out. Tuck chin. Straight spine. Uddiyana Bandha. And let's come back to our seats for unlocking the shoulders. Option is sit in a knee pile. But like I said, this is a shoulder exercise. So if it's distracting to try to sit in a fancy leg shape, then sit any way that's comfortable. Right arm forward, directly in front of the shoulder, bend your elbow. A 2, excuse me, left hand against your right inner elbow. Breathe into your right shoulder, right upper back. Exhale, pull your shoulder blade down. Keep the elbow moving into your hand. Upper arm moving forward, up, out of the shoulder joint. Again, breathe into shoulder. Exhale, feel for shoulder blade sliding down away from your ear without dropping your arm. Now, only if you've never had a dislocation, do this piece. Wrap your left hand around your right biceps. Send breath into right shoulder. Exhale, pull the shoulder blade down the side body as you slide the arm bone forward from the socket. Make a little traction in the joint. Then relax the right arm down, bring it out to the side. Turn your thumb down, ease the head of the shoulder back. Now, if any of this action hurts, don't do this next part. Come back to stabilizing the shoulder. I know this one's not as much fun, but it's so therapeutic. If you're okay with this rotation, then wrap your right arm behind your back. Catch it with your left hand. You can hold the right arm anywhere, the wrist, the forearm, the elbow. Relax the right shoulder down. Feel for keeping the head of the shoulder, that tip of the collarbone, open. And if there's no strain, no pain, then on an exhale, maybe start to guide the hand up between your shoulder blades. Once you feel a little bit of strain, stretch, pause. Send breath. Exhale, soften. The goal is to relax and drain the right shoulder so much that if you let go with the left hand, it would just flop. So no effort in the right arm, no strain, no pulling on it. Or to release, I do recommend pressing right hand against smaller back as you release it. For most shoulders, they'll like that. If it feels tweaky, then don't. Change the cross of your legs. Bring the left arm forward in front of your shoulder, bend the elbow, place the right palm against your left inner elbow, giving some resistance for your elbow to press into. Whenever we do these resistance exercises, it's like 20, 30% of your strength. Not a fight. Send breath into the left shoulder, left side chest and upper back. And exhale, peel the shoulder blade down your back. Move the elbow forward up into your hand. Send another breath like that. Inflate left side chest. Exhale, drag shoulder blade down. Keep the arm turned on as it moves forward from the shoulder joint. And then same thing, never dislocated this shoulder, never had an injury, really never had a dislocation because if one joint's unstable, they're all probably a little gooey. Send breath into left shoulder. Exhale, pull your shoulder blade down muscularly and then slide the arm bone forward from the shoulder. Release whatever you can feel release around the shoulder, neck and jaw. Sometimes I feel in the abdomen. Relax that left arm. Same rules here. Bringing the left arm out, turning your thumb down, but then rolling the head of the shoulder open a bit so your chest is broad. No pain. Then wrap that behind your back. Catch left arm with your right hand. Run breath into your spacious shoulder socket. Exhale, see if you can release the left arm, shoulder. And if there's zero strain and pain, then you move the hand up. When you hit the glimmer of a new edge, you pause and start again. So almost like cell by cell, searching out and draining the tension from the cells. And then when you're complete, gently press left hand against small back to release, unless that's tweaky. And come on to your back for twisted root abdominals. Twisted root is like eagle, where you cross one leg over the other, and we're going to actively hug the thighs together. For some, crossing the legs and this much internal rotation will put way too much pressure either in your hips or your low back, like if you have hardware, or even if you have low back issues, SI issues, it'll create a strain. So If you come into that position and don't think you should be loading it, then roll up a blanket or find a towel or a throw pillow, something you can hold between your thighs. And you'll do the same work of activating the inner thighs that way, but you won't be distorting the rotation in your pelvis. So that should feel fairly comfortable. Oh, comfortable is not a great word, but pain-free, beneficial. All right, twisted roots. If you're choosing to twist your root, right thigh over left. If possible, feet off the floor with your knees lined up directly over your pelvis. It's fine to do this series with your left foot on the floor. Hands interlaced behind your head and neck. Curl your head and shoulders off the mat. Make sure the head is relaxed into your hands. Breathe down into low back. Press it flat. Exhale. Curl tailbone straight up to the ceiling so your knees go straight up, not towards your face. Pull your belly down. Set your tailbone down. Lift your shoulders. Breathe into sacrum. Exhale. Curl the tailbone up. Knees straight up to sky. Squeeze the inner thighs. And again, 20% strength goes a long way. Pull your belly down. 2 more like that. Inhale, tailbone down, shoulders up. Exhale, tip the tailbone up. Curl pubic bone and navel, draw navel to spine. Set your tail down, send breath into your low back sacrum. Exhale, curl tailbone up. Squeeze the sit bones towards the tailbone. Squeeze the very tops of your inner thighs. Spread your toes. Inhale, head down. Keep the legs as they are. If you're in a twisted root, put your right palm on your right thigh and then left hand on your right hand. If you're holding a roll between legs, put a palm on each thigh. Cannonball. Inhale, down into low back. Press low back into the mat. Exhale, press palms into thighs, thighs into palms. Squeeze sit bones, curl tail, pull belly down. Keep the belly in. Breathe up into the upper lungs so you can feel the ribs spread out into your armpits. Exhale, pull the sides of the waist down. One more breath like that. Exhale, pull the lowest ribs into your waist. Keep the pressure going, hand into legs, legs into hands. Relax the pressure, keep the legs as they are. If you can, bring the arms down alongside the body, a couple inches away from hips, so arms feel heavy, supportive, can stay relaxed. Breathe the back, low back into the mat. Imprint the top of the sacrum into mat. Exhale, move your knees forward 2 inches. Pull your belly down. Keep the feet lifted. Of course, if any of this strains your back, then take a break. All right, release the legs for a moment. Open into a straddle or a happy baby. Or anything that lets the blood rush through your inner thighs. And then one more round. Twisted roots, left on top of right. You might see that I'm hooking my left foot behind my right calf. That's easy for me at the moment. If you strain your knees to do that, then skip it. You don't need to be hooked. Put your roll back in place if you're doing this in a chair place. But again, if you start to feel this in your back, you fatigued your abdominals, take a moment to rest. Do some uddiyanas. Twisted roots. And those of you continuing, lift your head and shoulders up, send breath down into low back, press it flat. Exhale, tip your tailbone up to the ceiling, send knees to sky, pull your belly down. Tail down. Run breath into your pelvis and low back. Exhale, curl tailbone off mat. Squeeze sitting bones towards tail. Hug your thighs together. Relax your jaw. Tail down. Breathe into sacrum. Exhale, curl the tail up. Send inner thighs to sky. Squeeze the very tops of your sitting bone or tops of your inner thighs together and sit bones. Mula Bandh. Tail down. One more. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, curl the tailbone up. Squeeze your thighs. Spread your toes. Draw navel to spine. Keep your legs as they are if you can. Head and shoulders down. Left hand on thigh. Right hand on left. Breathe low back into the mat like you're trying to leave a spinal print in the mat. Exhale, press palms into thighs, thighs into palms. Keep squeezing your inner thighs. Everything from the navel down to your sparkly spread toes can be turned on. Upper body relaxed. Big breath into the back of the ribs. Relax the pressure. Last piece, arms down alongside the body. Breathe the top rim of sacrum down into the mat, the bottom ribs down into the mat. Exhale, move your knees forward up to 2 inches. Pull the sides of the waist down. Take 2 more breaths. Keep your belly in as you breathe. You need your core here. Unwind your legs, straddle or happy baby, or windshield wipes, or scream in Shavasana. Let it go. Let's come right into Sidewinder. So if you do have a blanket or towel, spread it out on your yoga mat. Actually, the way I learned this in Yoga Tune-Up, the best way to do this, if you have a wood floor or a hard floor, you can put your blanket on the floor and lie on it, something slippery, because we're going to wiggle side to side. And then maybe bonus, you'll clean your floor a little and dust it off. If you don't have a blanket or something, you can still do this. Your body will still move to side. You just won't have as much slip. You'll go probably a little slower, a little smaller. Rest your knees in towards your belly. If possible, knees and heels are together. It's okay if you need to keep some space between the legs. Hands interlace at the back of the skull, elbows wide, just resting your head back into your hands. We'll keep the head on the earth the whole time. Take a few breaths into your neutral spine, your sacrum. The back of your pelvis is heavy. Expand your breath into the back bottom ribs so they're moving towards the mat because you're moving with your breath. But the low back can be natural. Sometimes low back injury, you'll need to intentionally tuck your tail and flatten low back. That's fine. I don't want you pushing into any disc issues. We'll go real slow to make sure your discs are happy about this. On your next, take a breath in, and on your next exhale, lean your right elbow down and move your hips to the right, like you're trying to touch heels to elbow. Inhale, exhale to the other side. Feet swing to the left, elbows move to the left. And then just go side to side. Find a breath rhythm that works for you. Again, if you put your blanket on your floor, you'll feel how you're mopping the floor a bit. Squish, squish, side to side. And if you're on a hard floor and you do have that squish, in Yoga Tune-Up, we would start getting really fast. So if that feels right to you, that's fine. But I'll just let you go out in your own pace for like 30 more seconds. Last couple breaths. So yes, using the muscles along the low spine and the waist. If you feel this on low back, you might need to crunch in the waist a little bit to get the obliques to work too. All right, let's stretch out into banana. Come back to center, straighten your legs out. If you're on your mat, down the center of your mat, walk your feet over to the left bottom corner of mat. If it feels right to hook the left ankle on the right ankle, you can hook your feet. Sometimes it irritates my hips to hook the ankles. You can skip it. If it feels right to extend right arm overhead, catch your right wrist with your left hand and relax the right shoulder to the ground. Maybe traction the right arm bones up. Right side body, the hips, the ribs are heavy. Send breath into your opening right side rib cage. And release your wrist if you got it. Baby step your feet over to the other side. Option to cross right ankle on left or one ankle on the other. Just do the opposite of whatever you just did. And draw the left wrist up, relax left shoulder down. All right, roll onto your belly for quarter boat. Lie on your belly with your hands folded, your forehead on your hands. Send your breath into the back bottom ribs. Flare them off your low back. Exhale, curl your pubic bone down into the mat and start to slide the right thigh back from your pelvis. Like your right thigh bone is lengthening out of your hip joint. And maybe it leaves the earth. In that case, you spread your toes and pull them back. Active foot. And rotate the top of the right thigh in towards the left. If you're trying to lift your leg by gripping your buttock, relax the butt cheek and just feel for spiraling the right thigh bone back from the socket. Exhale, release the right leg heavy. Send breath into back bottom ribs, fan them off your kidneys. Exhale, curl pubic bone down, spiral the left thigh back. It may not leave the earth. Maybe you're just slowly feeling that one cell at a time release like you did in your shoulder, making more space in the hip socket. If left leg is floating, relax your buttock. Contract left sitting bone towards tail. Keep the right leg heavy, the rest of the body relaxed. Exhale, release the left leg down. Cobra, low cobra. Either come into a sphinx or bring your hands closer to your shoulders. Inhale, pull your chest forward. Spread your 10 toenails on the mat. Roll the shoulders back, hug the elbows in. Exhale, lower down. Find your way to standing. You have time to visit down dog if your body's wanting to stretch out in that way. Twisting chair flow, part 1. Let's do some sun breaths. Hands to heart center. Feet parallel to each other. Your choice whether they're right under your hips or you want to bring the sides of the big toes together. Tadasana. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to your heart. One more breath like that. And you can always come back to this breath. This is another great place to pause, like cats, cows. Utkatasana. Inhale, sit back in your chair. Exhale, lower the hands down, lower your chest down a bit so you can rock your tail way back, knees over heels. Pull the front ribs in, breathe the back ribs out. Exhale, right arm back, little twist. Keep your belly in. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, left arm back. Inhale, reach forward or all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, Utkatasana. Sit back in your chair, reach your arms forward, send your tail back. Take a breath. Exhale, right arm back. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, left arm back. Left knee forward. Inhale, arms forward or up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Changing it up. Exhale, Utkatasana, hands to heart center. If you prefer to continue the twists we were already doing, then reach your arms forward. Everyone take a breath. Exhale, twist to your right. If you're in prayer, left elbow touches either knee, left or right. If you're reaching to the right, you might want to bring your feet together so you can squeeze knees together. Take one breath here. Press your elbow down to draw your heart forward through your arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Utkatasana. Exhale, sit back, hands in prayer, or reach the arms forward if you preferred that twist. Take a breath to lengthen the spine. Exhale, twist to your left, right elbow to either thigh. If you're straining to reach the left thigh, then separate your feet, maybe right elbow towards right thigh. Take a breath. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, pull your belly in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Again, Utkatasana, hands in prayer. Thumbs lift your heart. Inhale. Exhale, twist right. Breathe in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, Utkatasana, hands in prayer. Take a breath. Exhale, twist left. Breathe in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. One more to each side. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sit back, hands in prayer. Breathe in. Exhale, twist right. Breathe in. Exhale, fold. Half lift, breathe in. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, Utkatasana. Inhale. Exhale, twist left. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Now listen, moving into standing series. Inhale. Either find your way back to downward dog or exhale, fold. Inhale, upward dog or rise. If you're flowing, exhale, Samastitihi or down dog. We'll meet in warrior one, right foot forward. Let's do a dancing warrior flow. Arms up. Inhale, straighten the right leg. Press both feet into earth. Exhale, bend the right knee. Bend elbows out to the sides. Drag your shoulder blades down your back. Keep the ribs in as much as you can. They'll try to pop out, but I want you to massage shoulder blades into upper back. With a pulse, inhale, reach up, straight leg. Exhale, bend knee, massage shoulders into upper back. 2 more breaths like that. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Pause. Maybe press the elbows forward, hands back just a touch to get the bottom angles of the shoulder blades in. And then interlace hands behind your back. Or catch opposite elbows if trying to interlace the hands, you can't get the palms together without straining. Inhale, squeeze shoulders, lift heart. You're welcome to stay upright in the shape or ostrich. Exhale, bow to the inside or right onto the right leg. Release your neck. If the hands start to lift behind you, make sure the shoulders continue to move away from ears. Nice, you guys. Twisting warrior variation. Release your hands to the ground. I recommend letting them touch your hips and then come to ground. For most shoulders, that'll keep them safe. Spin onto the back toes and twist to the right. If you prefer to keep back heel down, actually, that's fine. Pyramid. Exhale, hand down. Adjust the left foot forward, fold over your leg. Deep lunge. Bend your right knee. Slide the left leg back. Knee on the ground. Bring right hand to the inside of your right foot. So both hands are inside right foot. Right knee against shoulder. Allow your hips to hang. If you want to lower down to your elbows, you have time. Twisting lunge. Come back to your hands. Bring your right foot back between your hands. Back your hips up so you can point tail down and lengthen back of spine up. Maybe reach left arm out or up. Exhale, left elbow, right thigh. If your body prefers twisting warrior like before, return to that pose. In fact, this time, maybe twisting warrior 1. Inhale, tuck back toes. Exhale, straighten back knee and or spin back heel down. If you put the back heel down, pull the right hip back underneath you. If you're leaving the back heel up, keep lifting the left thigh bone up. Pigeon. Hands down, lower the right shin down. Not a long hold here, but enough time to find your prop if you want to put it under right hip. Option to modify with deer pose or come onto a pigeon onto the back variation. It does not have to be your deepest pigeon. I want you to find your right hip, the tight places, and send breath into it. It doesn't mean you have to go far to find it. It's usually right there. All right, find your way back to downward dog, or if you prefer standing forward fold, you don't have to be on your hands. Left foot forward, warrior 1. We'll return to our warrior 1 dance. Inhale, straighten the left leg. Exhale, bend the left knee. Drag the shoulder blades down the back. See if you can keep the back ribs out, the front ribs in. 3 more pulses like that. Inhale. Exhale into the earth. Keep going. And take a breath. Widen through your collarbones. Option to press the elbows forward, rotate the hands back without bending your wrists. Interlace hands behind back or catch opposite elbows. Inhale to lengthen the spine, lift the ribs, lift the heart. Option to bow on the exhale. Twisting warrior variation. Lower right hand to the ground. If you spun off your heel on the first side, do that again. Twist to your left. Hand to thigh or arm to sky. Press down with your feet. Squeeze sitting bones towards tail. Then breathe your heart up and out over left knee. Pyramid, hand down. Adjust the right foot forward just a touch. So you're grounded on both feet for your one-legged hamstring stretch. Twisting deep lunge hip opener. First, bend your left knee. Bring both hands to the inside of left foot. Scooch the right leg back to lower your knee down. You can do this pose with knee up if your knee prefers that. Again, not a lot of breaths to hold here, but each breath is an experience. So if you want to follow it down onto elbows, or keep breathing while you find props to support yourself, that's still the pose. Twisting lunge. Left foot between your hands. For twisting lunge, I like to bring the right knee forward a little bit. So when you prep the twist, you can lengthen the spine up without caving your back. Exhale, right elbow, left thigh, or return to twisting warrior variation if that is your preference today. Option, tuck the back toes, inhale, and exhale, straighten back knee and or spin heel down, crescent or warrior. Pigeon, lower left shin down if you're coming into a belly down pigeon or deer. Or take the time to transition onto your back. In our classes, we visited pigeon it, belly down, pigeon on our backs, seated pigeons, standing pigeons. You choose your pigeon. Pigeons in chairs. Pigeons on walls. Oh, your focus, your breath into your left hip. And find your way either back to downward facing dog or standing forward fold. We'll meet in warrior two, right leg forward. Reverse warrior. Inhale, right arm to the sky, or continue to reach it past your ear, palm facing the earth, or spinning to face the wall behind you. Inhale, warrior two. Reach both arms to the sky, palms face each other. Inhale, lengthen the side and back ribs up. Keep reaching up. Exhale, soften the shoulders off the neck. Breathe the back ribs out. Eagle arms, right under left. Or hug you variation. Keep your hands on your shoulders. If all of these arm crossed hurts anything in the shoulder, do like a double unlock the shoulders like you're holding a block between your elbows. That'll stabilize without straining the joint. Arch your arms, release your arms, bring the right arm up, bend the right elbow. Maybe hold the right elbow with your left hand, half archer. Or option, over the next few breaths, as your shoulders release, maybe left arm comes behind back to find the right fingertips. If you can't catch your fingers, you can either use a strap to fish for your left hand or hold on to your shirt. I do recommend holding something in your hands so you can move your tension into your prop out of your shoulders. Alternatively, if you've been in half archer, if you want to take the bottom half of the pose, release the arms, then bring left arm behind back. That's an option. You've already been here. Interlock variations. Everyone, left arm behind back, either right forearm to thigh for extended warrior, or keep sliding your armpit down to your knee to bind your warrior. Pyramid or revolved triangle. Release your hands to either side of front foot. Once again, adjust the left foot forward a touch. So you're in a triangle footprint. Left foot maybe 2.5 feet behind the right, the heels. Kind of astride a tightrope. They don't have to be that close. Left toe is angled out. Option to revolve your triangle. Either stay here in the hamstring stretch, or if you want to add the twist, inhale to a lengthening spine. Putting left hand on a block is a fantastic idea. Bring your right hand to hip and starting to spin to the right. Option to reach right arm to sky if you roll your right shoulder in line with the left. Exhale, hand down. Lower the back knee down. Twisting lunge variations. Either return to twisting lunge, left elbow, right thigh. And then some of your working binds, you can do a half bind, left hand, right hip, right hand, left hip. If you prefer to be a little lower, put your left hand off the edge of your mat and put your right hand on your sacrum. A little more space in that twist. Those of you starting to bind, maybe today you tuck your left hand under right thigh, only if there's no strain in shoulder. Yeah, I have to use my opposite hand still to get the tuck, but that's just like we lovingly moved our arm in the beginning of practice. Do the same thing here. Do not push into strain. All right, find your way back to downward facing dog or standing forward fold or any other vinyasa. Last side of the standing series. Warrior 2, left foot forward. Reverse warrior, left arm to sky. Inhale, warrior 2. Reach both arms to the sky. Like you're lifting from the back bottom ribs. Inhale, reach up, up. Exhale, soften shoulders down. Take a breath to lengthen spine, drop your tail. Exhale, left elbow under right, eagle. Again, cross of the biceps. Maybe cross at the hands or leave the hands uncrossed. Or don't cross anything. Breathe into the upper back between the shoulders. Exhale, unwind your arms. Archer variations, left arm up, bend the left elbow. Half archer, right hand supports the left elbow. And if you're choosing to stay in half archer, there's a lot of value here, just like in our opening, unlocking the shoulders. Feeling for exhaling, releasing so much tension from left shoulder that if you let go with the right hand, spaghetti. If you're moving it to full bind or doing the bottom arm, you have a few more breaths. I know I give a lot of options. I don't think any option is better than any other, nor is any more advanced than any other. You choose one that's right for you today. Extended warrior, half bound or full interlock. Right arm behind your back, left forearm to thigh. If it's right for you today to keep sliding down your leg and maybe reach for your right hand. Make sure your spine is still getting the same benefits as your half bind. Pyramid or revolved triangle. Hands come down to frame the left foot. Adjust the right foot forward so your toes are angled out. Both heels are grounded. Option to stay in the forward fold. You're just working the hamstrings into life. There's no reason to twist this. If you're working the twist, then you inhale, lift and lengthen your spine. Leave right hand on ground or block, left hand to hip to help you pull the hip back, lengthening the spine as you revolve to the left. Twisting lunge variations. Lower your hands down. Lower the back knee down. Again, some of you are starting to work towards interlocks. Some of you, it'll feel yummy to bring right hand out to the side, left hand on sacrum. Bring the focus of the pose more into the hips and spine instead of shoulders. And for the interlocks, you guys look like you know what you're doing, so I'll be quiet. All right, carefully release. Find your way to all fours. All right. Only do this next part if your knees are healthy. We'll be shifting from hip to hip, sitting down and coming up. If you prefer not to do that, instead you're going to do wagging the tail, much like Sidewinder, moving your hips to one side and maybe looking for your tail. Those of you who feel comfortable coming down onto your right hip, lower all the way down to right hip. Swing the legs out in front of you. Bring the legs over to the right and move yourself back to all fours. Come down onto your left hip. Swing the legs out in front of you. Keep swinging your feet over to your left hip. Come back to all fours. All right, I can't resist. We'll add this one more piece. Come down onto your left hip. So sidewinders, if you're not doing this, maybe come onto your back for some spinal twists. Those of you comfortable sitting in this position, your QL has felt okay so far. Sidewinder felt okay. Pretend there's a rope, like a big gym rope across the height of your chest. Grab the rope over on the right side. Take a breath and exhale. Pull on the rope to pull yourself off your left hip and ease onto your right hip. Good. And then reach for the rope on the left. Take a big breath. Exhale, pull yourself across, pull your belly in. All right, I'm gonna add one more piece of choreography. When you decide you want to tap out, come onto your back for spinal twist. Everyone's on left hip, reaching for rope on the right. Take a breath. Exhale, pull on the rope, pull your belly in, come onto right hip. I should have told you to start on the left edge of your mat, but we'll take it from here. Swing your legs out in front of you. Swing your legs over to the right. Feet by right hip, you're on left hip. Reach for the rope on the right. Inhale, exhale, pull yourself over to right hip. And one more time, swing the legs out in front of you. Bring your feet by your right hip. Reach for rope on the right. Inhale, exhale, pull. Now we'll walk in the other direction. So if you need new ways to locomote, maybe use your imaginary rope. Take a breath. Exhale, pull on rope, pull belly in, roll onto left hip. Swing your legs in front of you. Swing them over to your left hip, feet by hip, right hip's on the floor. Reach for rope on the left. Inhale, exhale, pull belly in. Bring the legs out in front of you. Bring them over to your left. Reach for the rope, take a breath. Exhale, pull. And swing your legs out to finish. Sitting spinal twist, but again, you also have permission to lie down. Any expression, I'll offer Matsyendrasana, crossing right foot over left knee, or you can keep left leg extended. Twisting to your right, left hand or elbow on either side of thigh. And for this version of twist, permission to use your arms so you can relax the muscles around your waist and low spine. Keep breathing length into the spine, but those muscles that were just working, sense them wringing out. And unwind. Change the cross of your legs. Twist to your left. Unwind. Extend your legs for a forward fold or come onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Find a neutral shape to unwind your spine, lengthen it. Upside down forward fold is an option. Seated forward folds, maybe you tuck your chin in, curl your tail under, and walk your hands back to roll you back into a Shavasana, unfurling yourself onto mat. If there's a better way for you to enter or head towards relaxation, you find that for you. And we'll take a couple minutes to rest. But as always, in your own space, if you prefer to turn off the Zooms, you can take the full adequate 5 to 7 minute Shavasana uninterrupted. Or continue to twist and play and explore your body and then rest after I leave you alone. Well, this format allows that. This is time to really tune into you. To hear and witness those quietest, most submerged parts of yourself. Give them space to bubble up. And as always, you might choose to continue to rest. If you're ready to transition up, start by taking a big sip of air in. Maybe sigh it out or hum it out. Let it go. Slowly bend your knees one at a time. And to find a way to transition up to sitting that's comfortable for you, from your side or with momentum. Palms press. Thumbs against sternum. Feel your heart. We bow to each other. Namaste.